you. Good to have you here. And I'd love to see your faces if you could care to join us up on video. What's up, Emma? So glad you're joining us. Sorry I missed you on the call this morning, but we're going to have an awesome Champs Club. So I've got some really good thoughts, and I want to prove it to you. You guys ready? I'm going to prove it to you. I wrote my thoughts on a Swiss Miss hot chocolate packet. If that's not an amazing set of notes, I mean, look at that. Woo! Right on the Swiss Miss. Okay. So we're going to have a good Champs Club. Okay. Really quickly, just to remind you, tonight, we've got the team meeting, right? 7 o'clock, we start phoning. And, you know, here's what I'll say. Thursday and Friday are like the most important days this week. Yeah, go ahead and mute. There you go. So Thursday, Friday, because those are the last days that they can guarantee shipping by Christmas. So tonight's phone jam, literally, you are playing the part of Santa's elves. If you sell more Cutco on Thursday and Friday this week with no extra charge, customers get their Cutco in time for Christmas, guaranteed, as long as they place the order by 11 a.m. or something like that on Friday. But usually if it's after that time, it's probable going to get there by Christmas, right? But let me just say this. We got to hit the phones hard tonight. Not just because you want to make a paycheck, you want to make more money, but in the interest of all your customers getting their Cutco in time for Christmas. I don't care if they're buying it for gifts or not. They want Cutco in time for Christmas. Right? There's some pretty good meals that people have on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, right? So let's make sure that we help everybody get their Cutco in time for Christmas by making sure that we get them ordering their Cutco on Thursday and Friday this week, because they don't have to pay any extra costs and don't have to pay any extra, and they get their Cutco in time for Christmas. So phone time tonight. Don't show up at 7:15. Don't show up at 7:30. Show up at 6:59, 6:45, and start making calls. And here's what I'll say. This time of year, people are spending money. Guys, I woke up in the middle of the night last night and I spent money in my bed. Like I literally ordered something while I was laying there awake in the middle of the night. So people are literally spending trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars are being spent in the next couple of weeks, and they're going to be spent better on owning Cutco, right? So let's make sure that we do our part tonight, phone like crazy, get a bunch of demos lined up for Thursday and Friday, obviously Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's all part of this week's paycheck. And Saturday, Sunday, Monday, they can still pay second day shipping, I think till like the 20th of December, and still get their Cutco in time for Christmas. I don't remember that date. It's in it's on the newsletter. We'll discuss it tonight at the team meeting, which, by the way, team meeting, 8:15 we start, right? And it's going to be it's going to be a great team meeting, but please make sure you do your best to be at the team meeting on time this evening, excuse me. Phoning at 7, 8:15 will be meeting, and be ready to rock. Okay. So, hey, I've got 25, maybe 24 minutes to rock your worlds with some closing the sale tips. Closing the sales tips. Okay. So, you want to take notes on this. I've got 4, 5, 6 points. They might meld together, whatever. But like I said, I've got my notes written down here on my Swiss Miss hot chocolate packet. So I hope you're stoked about this. Okay. All right. The thing that we're going to talk about today, as far as closing the sale is concerned, is the handling objections, closing the sale when customers say, well, we're spending a lot of money on Christmas. We're spending all our money on Christmas. Who's heard that? Right? Oh, we got a lot of things going on, right? So let's first of all, let me make an example, and this will tie right into handling objections on the phone. But to make the point, I'm going to use the phone example first. Someone will say to a rep, oh, well, we've got so much going on. I'm just going to pick on one of you. It doesn't mean that you've done well or not done well at this objection. I'm just going to use one of you for example. They might be like, oh, Austin, we've got so much going on because of Thanksgiving. And that's what they say in November. And then they say, oh, we got so much going on because of Christmas. And that's what they say in December. And then in January, we got so much going on, Emma, because of the kids are going back to school, right? February, man, we got so much going, and I'm not kidding. We got so much going on for Valentine's Day, right? They literally, like, there's reasons they'll say this. Oh, it's March. We got a lot going on for spring break, right? April, we got spring break sometimes in April, right? Depending on what level their kids are in school. And they're going to say things in the summer. We got a lot going on because of Mother's Day. We got a lot going on because of Father's Day. That's May and June, by the way. I'm literally going in order of the year, right? July, 4th of July, Pioneer Day. August, we got vacations going on. We got back to school late August and early September, right? Halloween's in October. We got a lot going on. It's hunting season. And then we're back at November. So the point I'm making is people are going to say they're busy all year. One of the quotes that I think is really important that you can all write down if you care to is one of the biggest problems that you have, Raquel, all right, one of the biggest problems you have is that you think you shouldn't have problems. That's the biggest problem I have. I think I shouldn't have problems. Well, that means every time I have a problem, I'm let down. My life is crappy because I think I shouldn't have problems or unexpected things, like I have to make 2 errands before I came to the office today. And my fan, who I've spent, what I've spent $1,000 on fixing in my truck is not working again. And I'm really ticked off, okay? And I think I shouldn't have problems, right? So again, the idea, and we're going to land the plane here with this objections, but to make the point again, your biggest problem in your life is that you think you shouldn't have problems. And the same thing goes for you on the phone. Your biggest problem on the phone is you think everyone should just say yes to a demo because you want to do a demo. And when you get an objection, you're mentally challenged or let down that someone says they're busy. But like we just defined, they're busy because of Christmas in December. They're busy because of Thanksgiving in November. They're busy because of Halloween and other things in October. They're busy because of back to school in September. And I could go all the way down to January again, like I already did, and spell out exactly why people are going to say they're busy any time of the year. What I'm going to tell you to do on the phone is eliminate everything that happens after the word busy. If you're writing notes, you might write that down to help yourself remember. Just eliminate anything that happens after the word busy. So when they say I'm busy because blah, 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 it could be anything. They could have a different religion and have a different religious holiday. They could be a political situation and they're in a campaign for, the Libertarian Party or the Fruitarian Party in November, right? It doesn't matter. They're going to say they're busy. Just ignore the rest. And what you're going to do is handle the I'm busy objection on the phone, which, by the way, is right there on your script. In 2 different places on the phoning tab, you can scroll to the easy I'm busy one, which is the one we taught you when you were brand new. But if you're really good and really smart, you can scroll further down on the page and there's like 1 or 2 more ways to handle I'm busy right there on my vector demo on the phoning tab. So again, I hit this home with the mindset of objections is 1, you shouldn't think, woe is me, because someone says I'm busy on the phone, and you shouldn't be let down. 2, you should handle it by the script. So if you're writing notes, the 2 major points I'm kind of hitting on here, and I'm tweaking it with the phone objection first, and then now we're going to talk about closing the sale with Christmas objections. The main part of the Champs Club today. But the 2 points I've made so far that I hope you can grasp is 1, the mindset. The mindset that you're going to get objections and you should not be let down that you got objections. Again, objections on the phone, objections on closing the sale. I'm busy because it's Christmas, or I'm spending all my money on Christmas, or we're doing all these other things for Christmas, so we can't afford to buy some Cutco, right? We're going to talk about that objection in a second. So number 1 is the mindset that you need to expect the objections and not be let down or disappointed or frustrated or hurt that you're getting objections. That's the mindset. Like, you're going to get them and be ready for them and don't be sad about it. Your biggest problem is that you think you shouldn't have problems. That's not a good way to live, right? The second thing that I hit on a little bit, and I'll hit it again, is the script. The script is actually there on the phoning tab. There's a script on handle things of I'm busy. And there's a script on how to handle the objections of I'm not sure I can afford it. Again, just like I said, eliminate from your brain, mind, emotional state of anything that happens after the word busy. Same thing on the phone, I can't afford it right now objection. Just forget the reasons why. Guess what they say in August and September? You know this as a mom, Raquel. You say, oh, we're spending all this money on back to school. But then they say in June, oh, we're spending all this money on summer vacations, right? Our son is on their mission right now, so we can't afford Cutco, right? That doesn't mean they can't afford Cutco. That's just what came out of their mouth. Let me say that again. It does not, unless you're showing a 17-year-old Cutco who literally spent all their money on Christmas on their girlfriend or boyfriend and their mom. They literally gave 2 gifts, spent their life savings on 2 gifts. That's what 16-year-olds do. 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 18-year-olds sometimes, right? They spend all their life savings on 2 gifts, the person they're dating and the person that gave birth to them, okay? And that's an objection that a high school kid or college kid might even say. A mom and dad live in a home, they will say they can't afford Cutco because of Christmas, but that does not mean it's true. And that's the mindset point that I just covered already. Your mindset needs to be like, oh, Phil said just eliminate everything they say after the words, I can't afford it. Because again, in January, they're going to say a reason why they can't afford it. In February and March, June, July, August, November, December. They're going to say it. You know when people pay for Christmas? When their credit card bill comes in January, they don't pay for Christmas in December. Unless they bought presents in November. If they bought their presents in November, then they pay for Christmas in December. But most customers pay for Christmas after Christmas when their credit card bill comes. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But just understand they didn't spend their life savings on it. They wanted the miles. They wanted the bonus points. They wanted the credit card benefits. And so they bought all their Christmas on a credit card and they pay it off the next month. Okay, so they're going to say stuff, but eliminate from your brain, emotional state, your mindset that they can't afford it because of Christmas. So the first thing is they can. That's the mindset you need to have. And second thing is eliminate everything that comes after the words, I can't afford it, so that you're not emotionally attached to those words. Doesn't mean you just say, well, my manager said to ignore that. Don't say that, whatever, right? You just need to mindset wise, eliminate the whole excuse after the words, I feel like I can't afford it. The script is the second point I've already hit on, is that the script is there. It's actually right there in your manual, right after they say the knee-jerk reactions. So what you need to do is be rehearsing and reviewing and remembering that I don't need to know how to do it. I just need to rattle off the stuff that's in that script. It doesn't mean to mechanically rattle it off, but you need to be ready and understand that it's the same objection, June, July, winter, spring, summer, fall, December, January, whatever. Right? And you got to remember the mindset, back to the mindset, is that people are spending trillions of dollars right now. They're waking up in the middle of the night because their cat or their son wakes them up. That's me, by the way. After going to an awesome Jazz game with Bucky, watching the Jazz beat the New Orleans Pelicans at home, which was sweet. But I got woken up a couple times last night. And again, in the middle of the night, I spent money. Okay. And so just realize they're spending money left and right. I saw a thing, my daughter sent this to one side of our family, and then my wife took that same photo and sent it to my other side of the family, right? And it's literally something along the lines of, it's one of those memes, right? That says, hey, to all you people that are tracking your packages, just understand it's in God's hand, let it go. You don't need to track every package because there's about 1,000 packages that people are ordering nowadays, right? So it's kind of funny, but people are literally spending money left and right. Okay, now the next couple points, I've got about 13 minutes that I can spare here to teach more about closing the sale when they give you the objection of, oh, I'm not sure I can afford it because of the holidays, right? Is understand logic and honesty is always the best policy. Logic and honesty. Here's an example of logic. Hey, will you use it? Will you like it? And is it guaranteed forever? Will you have it forever? It's the buy once, cry once idea. The buy once, cry once, right? I'm going to buy it today and I'm going to use it till the day I die. And customers actually love thinking that way. And that means you have to like logically review it, say, hey, if you had this set, would you use it? Yes. Would you use it every day? They're going to say yes. So questions like that, hey, it seems like you like Cutco. These are all things I would be, jotting down. It seems like you like Cutco and you'd use it. Would you use it every day? Yeah. All right. Do you plan on cooking for your family for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years? Yeah. So see, I'm like using logic here, right? Doesn't mean it's always logic, but people justify purchases with logic. They buy on emotion, they justify with logic. Jesse said that to you, or I said that to you in your training seminar. Write it down if you'd like. You probably didn't write it down in day 2 of training, but people buy on emotion justified by logic. Every iPhone in the history of mankind has been bought on emotion justified by logic. Well, I need a new phone. I need a new phone because my old one's getting slow. That's literally every iPhone that's ever been purchased. Okay. They buy on emotion, justified by logic. That's why they buy new cars. That's why they buy new shoes, new purses, new bags. We don't live in Africa. We're not in a third world country fighting each other for a bowl of rice. People don't need anything they're buying. They actually don't need Cutco. Right? Cavemen they lived without Cutco, right? The ancient civilizations lived without Cutco. They survived without Cutco. People don't buy Cutco because they need it. They buy it because they want it, and it serves a need, justified by logic, right? So using things like, Ms. Jones, if you bought this set, would you have it? Would you use it every single day? Yes. Is there any knives in the set that you wouldn't use? No, I'd use them all. I really would. You did a great presentation, Miriam. I really want these knives. They're always going to blow it up for you. Like, you did a great job, Emma. We loved your demo, Kira. They're always going to say that. And that's admitting that they would use it all. So it seems like you like it, you'd use it, and you'd have it forever. And then ask the question, is it just the money that's holding you back? The answer is, didn't I just tell you it's just the money that's holding me back? Like, didn't they just tell me that? The answer is yes, right? Let me go here. Let me just do this. Okay, close. All right. So is it just the money that's holding you back? And again, all I'm doing, put this in parentheses on your notes. All I'm doing is I'm finding a way to drop down slow. By spelling this out, you like it, you use it, you have it, you'd be glad. They're like, yep. All I'm doing is I'm rebuilding value, and I'm dropping down slowly, right? And that's going to possibly allow me to sell them the set that they're pondering right now. But it gives me the ability to present a solution. So after I restate their objection and clarify their objection, I get the opportunity to state a solution, present a solution. But it seems like you like it, you use it. We could do it on 5 months. And if you're not completely happy after 3 weeks, I used to say this way, you have 3 options at the end of 3 weeks. By the way, 15 working days is the 3 weeks, right? 15 working days. At the end of the 3 weeks, you have 3 options. One, you like it, you love it, you're going to use it forever, you keep it, and everything's great, right? That's the first option. And you pay your other couple payments. And they're like, yep. It goes, option number 2, let's pretend this, we don't want to do this, but let's pretend that the sky falls on you personally and all these things happen and you just can't keep it. You just feel like it's too much, can't do it. You send the whole thing back. I'll help you send it. And you can send it back to the factory and they'll replace it, or they'll give you a full refund. Again, I love that. That's why we sell so much Cutco. A good portion of why we sell so much Cutco is because people know that there's literally no risk. You should say that to your customers. Mrs. Jones, people don't send back their knives because they know they love them when they get them. It's a guaranteed no risk purchase, because if you're not happy, you get a full refund. Or let's say you like everything, but 1 or 2 pieces you feel like you can live without, and you maybe spent a little more than you should have, And that's okay, because we can literally send those couple knives back and the company will give you a full refund on just those knives. And for the detail-oriented freakazoid customers, I'd be like, you know what? You're buying it at a discount and they give you a full refund. So you actually make a couple bucks. Because that's accurate. They buy Cutco at a discount and then they send it back and they actually get a refund that's bigger than what they spent. Okay. So there's that. Okay. And that's an example of presenting a solution. What happens right there, Austin, is a lot of times they just like, well, yeah, all right, we'll do it. And then the last part of that is I say, so if you can swing the 309, or if you can swing the 254, if you can, that's the trade-in special, by the way, on the homemaker. If you can swing the 224 for the galley, if you can swing that 224, which is like $7 a day, by the way, a homemaker is $10 a day. A galley plus 6 is $7 a day. Write that down. Homemaker's $10 a day. Galley is $7 a day. So if you can swing the price of a coffee and a donut, if you can swing the price of a hot dog and an energy drink, both of those sound horrible. Okay. But if you can swing the price of one Chick-fil-A sandwich, right? Then you can get this set and use it and have it for the rest of your life. To have until to hold until forever guaranteed do you part. That's a good one, by the way. You get this set to have and to hold until forever guaranteed do you part. Okay. If you can swing that, and then here's the next point I wanted to say. You have to ask for the order. Here's an example of a rep who doesn't ask for the order. So blah, blah, blah. You like it, you love it, you could use it, you can send it back, get a refund, maybe just get a refund for a couple pieces. Awkward. Versus you could get a refund, blah, blah, blah. And if you can swing that 224, then you can have this set for the rest of your life. Here's another one to write down. 5 months pays for 5 decades. Sorry for the side step. 5 months pays for 5 decades. And then you have to ask for the order. You have to say, so can we go ahead and do that today? Should we go ahead and try that out? Or I even say, does that sound better? And they answer yes or yes, because the answer is really yes, it sounds better. But they might go, yeah, that sounds better. Well, they're probably not going to buy it. But I still ask. Do you hear what I'm saying? I still ask, even though I think they might say no. Here's my motto. This is why it's my license plate on my car. The simple act of asking for the order is a direct reflection of your belief that they should buy it. Again, if you're taking notes, you might as well write that one down. The simple act of asking for the order is a direct reflection of your belief that they should buy it, even if you think or know that they won't buy that option. Maybe you have to drop down to another set. But the fact that you asked me for the order shows me that you think I should buy it, and you're not backing down on that. Doesn't mean you're shoving it down their throat, making them buy it. But when you ask for the order, they can tell you think it's a smart decision. But if you can't ask me to buy something, I don't know if you think I should buy it. And you work there. Why would I buy it if you can't even ask me for it? Right? So you got to ask for the order, even if you're not sure that what you said is going to make them get the homemaker or get the option, or go ahead and try it on the 3 weeks trial period, whatever. And that's why the next point that I wrote down on my Swiss Miss hot chocolate packet here on my notes. Okay. The next point is you have to drop down. You got to be ready to drop down, and don't be mad about it. Don't be sad about it. Don't be like, oh, well, I'll take a promise order for a homemaker. No way. No way. Promise orders are never orders. Guys, the thing is, I'd rather sell them a studio set today, the smallest set we sell, than have a maybe homemaker, than have a maybe ultimate set. I'd rather sell a small set today. I'd rather sell a 3-piece order today. Buy 2, get 1 free piece order. Remember, buy 2 little knives, get a free peeler, right? Everyone nod your head. Buy 2 knives, get a peeler. Guys, buy 2 big knives, get a trimmer. Do you hear what I just said? And not just buy 2 little knives, get a peeler, buy a bread knife and a chef's knife. I'll give you the most popular knife we've sold since 1949 for free. Again, I just skipped all the starter sets. I just skipped all the 5-piece, 3-piece, blah, blah, blah. But I'd rather sell that buy 2, get 1 free little order than get a promise order for later. And you know what? Put a freaking bow on it and put it in your wife's stocking. Put a bow on it and put it under the tree. Put a bow on it, and it's the best Christmas. Every Christmas gift you give besides Cutco will not live past the age of Cutco. The other way to say that is Cutco is going to last longer than anything else you're going to give yourself or your friends and family forever. Put that down. Cutco is going to last longer than anything else you're going to get or give for the rest of your life. Cutco is going to last longer than anything else you're going to get or give yourself. Again, when you say that just out of your mouth, Emma, if you say, Miss Jones, Cutco is going to last longer than anything you're going to get, give, or give yourself. That it hits home. It hits me right here. Like, I'm like, that's the type of gift I want to get, give, or give myself. You know how many Yetis people have lost? They're $50 frickin'. And now they're out of style because you got to have your, what's the new thing? The new, what's the new drink? The new bottles. Yetis were so 2021. What's the new one that everyone's buying? Come on, you guys know what it is. It's the one with the mug. It's the one that it gets
Stanley. It's the Stanley Cup. $100.
Yeah, 2021 was Yeti. This year it's Stanley's. Every freaking Draper house mom has a Stanley. Okay, every one of your housewives has a Stanley, and they're $60. And they have. My wife has 3 sizes. My wife has 3 sizes of Stanleys, and so do my daughters. It's ridiculous. And they're $60. You telling me that's worth more, and they're going to lose them left and right. At least Cutco stays in the drawer, stays in the block. You know what I mean? They're not usually taking those to school, leaving them everywhere. It's the best gift you're going to get, give, or give yourself. And the last thing I wrote down, and I underlined it in case you can't read that, besides the fact that it's 0.73 ounces of hot chocolate there. Okay. Can anyone read that? Gold star if you can read that. Shay's the only one I would guess can read that. Probably not. It's intentions. Intentions. All of this really only matters when you have, and I have to go in 60 seconds, when you have great intentions for your customers. I'm going to shut my door while I'm wrapping up here. Guys, your customers can tell. If you're nervous about asking for the order, it's because you're thinking about yourself. I'm going to say that again. If you're nervous about asking for the order, it's actually because you're thinking of yourself. You're being needy, you're being greedy, you're being self-centered by wondering if you're doing it right. You could do everything wrong in Cutco, but if your intentions are really to service your customers better by selling them a homemaker than 3 knives, or selling them 3 knives rather than nothing, and letting them wander the planet for the rest of their lives, wondering why their knives are so bad, or even worse, knowing that their knives are so bad. If you really have intentions that it's better for them to own 3 knives than never have Cutco, or own a studio set rather than a promise order for a homemaker, they will buy the studio set. They will buy the 3 knives because they can sense your intentions. Closing the sale is not something you do to someone or on them or anything like that. It is something you do for them and with them. You do it for them and with them. Does everyone get that? You're doing a service for them. Your intentions really matter. All right, I got to go to my other call here with the region manager. So thank you for being here today. We'll see you 7 o'clock sharp, 7 o'clock Cutco for phoning, and then 8:15 for the team meeting. Okay, guys? Love, peace, chicken grease.